After 10 years of war, Agamemnon, the hero of the Greek forces in the Trojan War, is coming home triumphant. Troy is in ashes. His brother Menelaus has gotten back Helen, his wife, the cause of the war. He's coming back with a war trophy, Cassandra, whose prophecies no one believes. It is her curse and her blessing. He had 3 children before the war. He sacrificed one of them, Iphigenia, to Artemis for safe passage to Troy. His 2 surviving children, Orestes and Elektra, are waiting for him, along with his wife, Clytemnestra. But what he does not know is that for these 10 years, Clytemnestra, his wife, has resented and been angry that he chose their child to be sacrificed for the war. And she has taken a lover during this time, and both have plotted his murder when he returns. And that's exactly what they do. When he comes back, she kills him, and Cassandra. The surviving children, Elektra and Orestes, then themselves conspire to kill their mother and her lover. And Orestes is the one who slays Clytemnestra. Elektra was the name that Frank Miller chose for his hero assassin, Elektra, who first appeared in Daredevil. In 1986, he and Bill Sienkiewicz did a miniseries called Elektra Assassin. It was 8 issues. And the story is basically Elektra has assassinated a South American president. Shortly thereafter, she's captured and she's taken to a mental institution. Well, it masquerades as such, but it's really a place that is for political prisoners, and she's tortured there. She then has realized that she has just been a tool of the Hand. The Hand is a terrorist organization, and they are the appendage of something called the Beast, which has been gestating over time, and it is personification of evil. And in Elektra Assassin, it is now a presidential candidate who is going to bring nuclear Armageddon. She discovers this a little late after she assassinates the South American president. And the first issue of Elektra Assassin is an origin story. And again, that this takes place before she meets up with Matt Murdock, Daredevil, in the comic book. And what you see here is memory of Elektra being born. Her mother has been shot and is pregnant with Elektra, and in her death pangs gives birth to Elektra. There are memories of her own father being assassinated later on, and there's also a suggestion of something unsettling between the father and the daughter, where she is forced to go away to school, the parochial school or Catholic school. And then she's then trained at one point with a sensei in the martial arts, and then she then descends into the arms of the Hand, where she discovers the presence of the Beast, and then turns away from them and goes on her own. And which brings us to our story where, without realizing it, she's being the tool of the Hand when she assassinates his Latin American president. Then the entire issue then is her then attempting to basically assassinate this presidential candidate, and in the process, it's a killing field, really. The story. She is, in a way, both Artemis from Greek mythology and also Nemesis, and Nemesis was the goddess of retribution, punishing man's arrogance or hubris. And that's certainly something you can take back from the Iliad, but also in just humanity in general. I mean, she kills many innocent people in the story, but there is that suggestion that no one is innocent, and that the world is just inherently corrupt. The first issue, you see much of this basically told through her eyes in the story. But what makes this even more fascinating is the subsequent issues are mainly seen through the eyes of other people, notably a shield agent named Garrett, who falls basically under her spell. And in our story, we also learn that she has certain capacity for mind control. But it's not only that, he falls in love with her. And what Miller does in this story, he's able really to see how a man feels about a woman when he's completely enraptured by her, and in a way almost a slave to her. It's a very masculine viewpoint, and I think very realistic. It's quite fascinating how he does this. This story has never been popular, and it sold well, but I think people just bought it because it was after The Dark Knight and Batman Year One, and I think the Daredevil story of Born Again, I think it was right afterwards. But it's never been really a favorite among Miller and Sienkiewicz fans. It is my personal favorite of either men, and this is the story that I always go back to, I think about quite often. And I mean, as much as I enjoy the titles that I just mentioned, this is the one that I think is just so well done. I'll show you just some pictures from it. This is just a collection that has Elektra Assassin. This is some of the artwork. This is from the issue number 1. Again, Elektra's being tortured in this insane asylum, and to keep sane, she's just remembering her life just remembering her life. This when she is initially working for the Hand and kills her sensei, and that's a memory there of her father. And there's the beast. Bill Sienkiewicz's artwork was just striking here, and it reminds me a lot of Francis Bacon, the British artist and painter. Oh, this is very nice. Here. You can see there what it says. That's when she's playing mind games with Garrett, telling him, "My strength breaks against yours. I give myself to your every cruelty. You humiliate me, punish me. I beg you not to stop." And again, Garrett is the shield agent that at first is out to find her for S.H.I.E.L.D., but eventually joins her in the quest to destroy the beast. And here are some of the beast's dreams, again to bring Armageddon. Oh yes, the presidential candidate. You see his face there? He almost looked the same way. I was smiling. I was happy. Again, these are the dreams that they have. Some more artwork by Bill Sienkiewicz. The cards are falling into my space. Oh well, let's see. And the individual stories, let's see, issue number 4, I had them in order, I apologize. Number 3. Two. Number 1. These are my original copies that I purchased in 86 and 87. And again, I just think that this is unappreciated by the general public, and it shouldn't be. I think it's some of Miller's strongest work as a writer. And if anything, he was quite you're going to say, well, quite ambitious with his work. And again, the book is Elektra Assassin. Oh, and if you have a chance, I also recommend Elektra Lives Again by Frank Miller. This is something else entirely, but in any event. Thanks for viewing.